Welcome to the subject field of spintronics. Spintronics, this is an advanced field of electronics. You know electronics. In case of electronics, flow of electrons that is created and manipulated for doing useful works, and that field is known as electronics, and that is known to you. And here in case of spintronics, one more thing is used, not only flow of electrons, but in addition to flow of electrons, one more property, which is actually an intrinsic property of electrons known as a spin. That property is also used. So flow of electrons as well as spin of electrons, that property is used in spintronic devices. Okay, you know electronic devices are there, similarly spintronic devices are there. So in spintronic devices, both the property, flow of electrons as well as spin of electrons is used. So spin of electrons means this is an intrinsic property of electrons, and which can be thought of as a tiny magnet having two orientations commonly labeled as up or down. So spin of electrons can be thought of as a tiny magnet having two orientations, up or down. So what is the requirement? The requirement is to know each and everything about the spin, how to create the required spin, and how to manipulate the spin which have already been created. So those things are required, and those things are used here in this case of spintronics. So why spintronic? These devices are used nowadays because spintronic devices are faster than electronic devices. Spintronic devices consumes less power as compared to electronic devices. So faster, again, it's more efficient. Since consumes less power, that means spintronic devices are energy efficient. And also spintronic devices are non-volatile. Non-volatile means when the power is off, still the spintronic devices can retain the information. That's why this is called non-volatile. So this is one more advantage. So these are the reasons for which spintronic devices are becoming popular nowadays. And various applications are there where spintronic devices are used, such as MRAM is there. That is a magnetoresistive random access memory. RAM is known to you, random access memory, and MRAM for magnetoresistive random access memory. So this is spintronic. This principle is used. Again, in case of hard disk drives and data storage, this is used. Okay, principles of spintronics is used. Again, in case of developing robust qubits, means robust quantum bits, in case of quantum computing, that is required. Okay, so here also spintronics, this principle is used. Again, in automotive industries, automotive devices, and again in robots, and many more things are there where this principle spintronics is used. So already spintronic devices have become popular. If you are a student of physics or engineering, then in that case you already know this thing. But general people may not be knowing this thing right now. Anyway, I was talking about spintronic. So there are few steps involved in this process. Okay. So I'm not talking about here the electronic part, only the spintronic part where the spin of electrons is used. So first step involved in this process is spin polarization. That means flow of electrons is created where most of the electrons align in a specific direction. That means most of the electrons are polarized. So that thing is created first, and for that thing, one thing is there, MTJ, means magnetic tunnel junctions. Those use actually magnetic layers to create such electrons where most of the electrons are aligned. Okay, so this is the first step, spin polarization. Then what is the requirement? The requirement is the manipulation of the created electrons. Not only created electrons, manipulation of the spin of the created electrons. That is the requirement. Manipulation is a requirement. And that is done by using, by applying external magnetic fields or electric fields. That is possible. Manipulation of the created spin of the electrons. That is possible. That means manipulation is a requirement that is possible. So that way manipulation is done. Okay. And next step is reading information. You are using actually spin to create a binary data, and that way you are using you are processing information, you are storing information by manipulating spin of the electrons. So next step is what? Next step should be reading the information, reading the same information. How this is possible? Because one thing is there, the detection systems are there. That means the detection devices are there which are able to know or read the, or which are able to detect the orientations of spin of electrons. That is the requirement, to read the information. Okay, so that is done. And how this becomes possible? Because depending upon the orientation of the spin of electrons, the resistance of the devices changes, and that acts as the detection method. Means that property can be detected by our detection systems. Okay, detection is required, and that way information, yes, information is read that way. That is the requirement. So advantages, I have already talked about advantages. This is faster, more efficient, and non-volatile also. Means even when the power is off, these devices are able to retain information. Information is not lost when power is off. That means spintronics that can be thought of as an evolution. No, it is actually more than evolution. It can be thought of as a revolution in how we process and store information. And one more advantage is there in using spintronics. Miniaturization is possible because in a very small space, more data can be stored by using this principle of spintronics, that is the spin of electrons. More data can be stored in a small space. That means storage density is more than that of electronic devices. Storage density is more. Okay, that's why miniaturization is possible. So many advantages are there of spintronic devices over electronic devices. And that's why spintronic devices are nowadays becoming popular, and I have already mentioned few uses. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about the subject field spintronics. So this discussion was just an introduction to the subject field of spintronics. So only few steps are involved here. Okay. First step was what? Creation of spin polarization. Means spin polarization was the first step. Next was manipulation. And third one was reading the stored information. Okay. So these are the three steps. Means if you are asked how spintronic devices work, then in that case these three steps will be the answer. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about the topic, today's topic, and this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.